Is that Mayor Maybell right there with her maid? Wow, look at all the people. Okay, now I'm getting kind of nervous. You'll be fine, Estelle. This is what all the rehearsals were for. Besides, once we start up, you'll forget they're even there. You're the type who can only focus on one thing at a time anyway. Just one thing at a time, huh? Well, I guess I'll just focus on the boy in the dress then. That'll be easy. Ha, ha. Hilarious. Okay, you two can have your little spat another time. This year's campus festival is already a big success. Though we may have many esteemed individuals here, such as the Duke and the Mayor, we can't afford to be intimidated. So just remember our #1 rule and you'll be fine. If you're gonna puke, do it off stage. Naturally, of course. First video of Galaxy was December 22nd, 2018. So early 2019 is when I did Galaxy then, basically. Or when I finished it. Yeah, it's been a hot minute. Man, I don't got enough time for all these games I need to play. We've done a good job of keeping the festival lively so far. Now let's close it out with a real bang. Without further ado, the Student Council proudly presents Madrigal of the White Magnolia. Enjoy the show. In year 1100 of the Septian calendar, 100 years ago, Liberl was still a land of nobles and aristocrats. But commoners too held some power, and there were prodigious traders that grew more influential with each passing year. During this period, there was much friction between the classes, and the nobles and commoners clashed often. As time went on, these clashes intensified. The intercession of the royal family and the church failed to end their squabbling. What is this weird circus music? The stage was set for a final conflict. A year had passed since illness stole the king from his people. That, like, I don't know what instrument is doing it, but that bum, 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 bum. Oh, wait. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, that, like, that's straight up just, that's what you hear at a circus. Our tale begins on an early spring evening in the rooftop garden of Grancel Castle. The streetlights shine on everyone, each bright with their own happiness. And in spite of that... Ah, here you are, princess. Please, don't you think you should be going to bed soon, your royal highness? Staying up so late can surely do you no good. It's alright if I should fall ill. If that happened, then perhaps I could avoid becoming the last ember in this dying flame we call Liberl. Please do not speak of such things. Your highness, you are the most exalted individual in Liberl. If you were to take a husband, you can take control of the kingdom. I will not marry. Despite my father's wishes, I shall not consent to it. But why, your highness? You have 2 fine men as suitors, after all. One is Sir Julius of the Chivalric Order of the Imperial Guards and the eldest son of a duke. And Sir Oscar, commoner though he may be, he has been recognized often in his battles against the Empire. Both such fine men. No one knows better than I the quality of their characters. Oh, Oscar, Julius, how am I to choose between you? Oh my, isn't that Joshua playing the role of the princess? I suppose that Jill has put a great deal of thought into this reverse casting business. Indeed, ma'am. He plays his role well, but the 2 maids leave much to be desired. Do you remember, Oscar, how we spent our boyhood days in this alley running about and pretending our sticks were swords? I could never forget Julius. In those days, it was all so simple with you and with Cecilia alike. I treasure that time greatly. Ha! I recall how stunned I was. I would always conspire to play with her in secret, only to discover another had been doing the same. She was as lovely as the sight of the falling petals in spring. Indeed, fair Celica, Cecilia was like unto our very own son. I hate Shakespearean language, dude. But her light would dim with each day that passed. The nobles and the commoners. The fury of that conflict could never have been avoided. The princess's grief is easily understandable. Cruel fate mocks us so, for it is our very existence that has brought her such sorrow. Oh wow, they're so cool. I hate to say it, but the guy kind of looks cuter than the girls. Hush now and watch the show. Know this, Julius. The commoner's impudence can be tolerated no longer. If they should forget their place and no longer view us as their superiors, the borough's power structure would surely fall into ruin. It is as you say, Father. But it has been only 10 years and 10 days since the Eastern Republic was founded. Wow, 10 years and 10 days? You couldn't have done 10 years, 10 months, and 10 days? Come on. Already the commoners grow in power and influence there, do they not? Speaking out of such repulsive events, what is freedom? What is equality? What is anything if commoners and nobles alike should cast all tradition aside? They just need to accept that some people are more equal than others. It's a very simple concept. Better we should fall to our knees before the Empire's military and concede to their will. Father! Now that's a fine duke up there. Is this dude drunk? You let the commoners get all high and mighty and your whole society collapses. Your Excellency, perhaps it would be best to keep our voices down. You show much promise, Oscar. Oh wait, this is not the same dude that was here a second ago. I thought it was the same guy. With your connections to the royal family, we can learn a great deal about the nobles. That would give us a great advantage, and we could seize the initiative. But Chairman, I cannot consent to this. I could never use Cecilia for political gain. Ha! Always putting others before yourself, I see. Even though the chance now presents itself to make men and kings equal. If you would refuse, it will lead only to a bloody uprising and subsequent revolution. So I need to look at something. So I gotta look this up on my phone real quick, chat. I got a message that needs a response. Alright, sorry about that. Sorry about that. If you would refuse, it will lead only to a bloody uprising and subsequent revolution. The royal family, and surely the nobles as well, would disappear into the shadows of history. Chairman! Impressive. They've really done their research. I had severe doubts about this ever since I first heard about the reversal role gimmick. Haha, the students have all put a great deal of work into this, it seems. The young bracers have had no small hand in this either. I do not wish bloodshed on anyone, revolution or not. I cannot simply allow Julius and Cecilia to die. As for myself, I know not what I should do. Ugh. Aw, Drunkard, my favorite character. Snow good. I'm gonna be sick. Are you alright? Obviously not. His parents named him Drunkard. Like, he was set up for failure. You must have had quite a bit more than you can handle. It may be spring, but you'll surely catch your death if you sleep out here. Thank you, good sir, knight. It has nothing to do with being a knight, but rather simple concern. I would have to be quite the young fool not to see what I must do. You got that right. What? Ooh, dead. Oh no, look at all that ketchup! Who's gonna clean up that stain? Ah, my arm! What was that jump sound effect? Haha, just a touch of anesthetic on the blade. Now, if you'll be so kind as to sit still. Curse you, assassin, who sent you? Just a noble who wants you out of the picture. He wanted it badly enough to pay me up front, and pretty well at that. All you need to do is die. Ah, I get it. Not bad at all. Why is Niall here? So up next we should have... Whoops, almost got so wrapped up that I forgot about my work. Long has it been since you have entered my sight, fair princess. Yes, Julius, it truly has. I cannot help but notice that Oscar is not with you today. Back when my father yet breathed, the both of you were oft spoken of by the maids of the court. As you well know, your highness, the kingdom is in the midst of a crisis most dire. And as such, he and I may never be as close as once we were. I confess I come to you today to ask a favor. What favor would that be? That you would allow he and I, head of the chivalric order of the High Guard and a young general, to engage in a duel of honor! And that the victor shall be granted the great honor of becoming your husband. Haha, quite dramatic indeed. Wait, that lady is here from the intelligence group or whatever? Who isn't here? Dude, my Cassius has got to be like up in the rafters or something watching. Caught up in the conflict between noble and commoner, these two close friends have finally decided on a duel. The princess now realizes their determination and keeps silent. And on the day of the duel, two knights step into the grand arena of the royal city. Many have come to witness it, commoner, noble, and all social castes in between. But conspicuously absent from the proceedings is the one over whom they fight, Princess Cecilia herself. My friend, I fear that this was inevitable. Perhaps fate always intended for us to meet in so base a fashion. Speak, that we may both be unburdened, if nothing else for our beloved princess. We would cleave a path through fate with our own hands, but at this moment my words and her smile seem lost. Has fear clutched your heart, Oscar? Perhaps, but what is this passion that pierces me to the quick? You got over that whole almost being assassinated thing off screen, huh? That was neat. As I see you with blade drawn, I feel as though I've been waiting for this moment. Before this storm by the name of revolution should claim us both, we shall let fate decide our outcome. Yes, and may the goddess above see our spirits as they truly are. Come then, let it be done. On guard. What is this circus music? Impressive, Julius. I should say the same of you. But still, you seem to hesitate. Yeah, the music's really off-putting. It's hard to keep with the jump when, you know, it sounds like a clown is supposed to be coming out on stage doing some juggling. What troubles you, Oscar? Is this the extent of your skill? Perhaps the tales of your acts of valor against the Empire were grossly overstated. Ha! Well done, Julius. Magnificent swordsmanship. Ah. Oscar, your arm. I've had worse. 'Tis but a scratch. Neither of our blades connected with flesh, not even a glancing blow. Your wound was struck prior. This is a tactic most low, Duke Radmond. Was this your intention from the start? Haha, I'll thank you to cease slandering my good name. Are you implying that I instigated this? Father, is it true? Did you? It's all right, Julius. My own inexperience has brought this about. Besides, I've received far worse on the field of battle. I will put everything I have behind my next strike. I intend to kill you. Oscar. Very well. I will wager it all on my next strike as well. For the fair princess and the future of the very kingdom. He who lives, when all is said and done, will inherit the responsibility for all. And he who dies will watch over it all from the realm of the spirits. Such is also the pride of a knight. Ha! I suppose it is. Ah! No! Where did you come from? Ah! Cecilia! Whoa! Oh, this is a Romeo and Juliet kind of play? Princess! Cecilia, why? Were you not in attendance? Did you not just stab him? You're worried about, like, hey, why weren't you sitting in your seat from the start instead of the fact that it looks like you just, like, cleaved her in half? Oscar, Julius, I did not wish to observe a duel between the two of you. I felt I had to find a way to put a stop to this fight. Praise Adios that I arrived in time. Cecilia, Princess, hear me all in attendance. Dismiss me and set aside your differences, please. Are we not all of Liberl, and do we not love this land? There is so little that separates us from one another. If you would but take your foe's hand, surely we could find a peaceful resolution. Your Royal Highness, you need say no more. My vision fades. But what of you two? Will you not do as I ask? Your will be done, my princess. At your side. Strange. Everything is floating. When I was young, I would sneak out of the castle down to the alley. Oscar, Julius, you both always had smiles for me. I love your smiles. So please, don't ever stop. Princess? No, this cannot be, Princess. I'll do anything, please, no. Cecilia, you. Our poor princess. I just don't understand why she'd do such a thing. Our princess gave her life that we might stop this unending dispute. Compared to that sacrifice, what a trifle is the pride of a nobleman. Had we not been fighting, it would never have come to this. Only now, when it is too late, do I see our folly. Yeah, that's a play for you. Is this the fate of all men with their spirits still shackled to their flesh? Adios, great goddess of the skies. We now know of your great resentment. There is much that you do not yet understand, it seems. What the heck? Sephiroth? I granted you flesh to be your vessel, but your spirits still know more of freedom and nobility. Such contempt for it lies only within you, yourselves. So beautiful. A more beautiful voice I have never heard. It's amazing. Adios herself has graced us with her presence. The goddess. Incredible. Hear me, young knights. I have observed your contest. You are both courageous and strong, yet something vital within you is broken. It is as you say. Our own immaturity is what invited this fate upon us. Chairman, has your hate for the nobles and the monarchy blinded you to the fact that we are all but men? I am ashamed. Duke, you know your sins better than anyone else could. And you, all the rest of you, who have simply watched these events unfold, there is something fundamental within you that is lost as well. Strike your hand upon your breast and think well upon this. Ha! And now it seems that you have each remembered your hearts. As such, perhaps hope yet remains for Liberl. Kingdom Hearts! So long as you never forget the lessons learned this day. Ah, she has vanished. Where am I? Princess? Cecilia? Oh my, Julius, Oscar. Have you both been called up to heaven as well? It's a genuine miracle. Or genuine, as some people say. Princess! Praise Adios. What? Why are the two of you here? And the Duke and the Chairman. Man, heaven looks a lot like Earth. So then I'm not dead? Almighty Adios. Adios has given Liberl back its beloved. Praise her for her benevolence. Oscar, Julius, what happened? Nothing that you need concern yourself over, Cecilia. The conflict is at an end. I believe that everything will be all right. You're being naive, Oscar. We still have a duel to finish, do we not? Julius. No, you still intend to fight? On the contrary, this match is concluded. And besides, this fool managed to get hit on his sword arm. However, that does leave us without a clear victor. Once he is recovered, we can begin once more on even footing. Wait, Julius. Don't misunderstand me, Oscar. I have not given up on the princess. Once you are healed, our duel will continue, but with blades of wood. Just as when we were boys. I see. Very well then, I accept your challenge. Have neither of you any regard for my own wishes? You are mistaken. You, my lady, shall judge today's match, and I think it only fair for the victor to be granted a kiss. Surely everyone waits with bated breath for it. Very well. Well, Oscar walked up immediately before the princess even said anything. Just like, oh, well, I'm obviously the winner, clearly. Don't they look marvelous together? Almighty Adios, look well upon this, and may this fine day extend unto eternity. Eternal peace to Liberl. Yeah, whatever. Eternal glory, yeah. We finally done? Yo, what the heck? Hey! Quite the grand finale. Hey there, silver-haired dude. I can't see your eyes very well. Are you related to Joshua? You look like you might have the same eye color. But no matter. And so the curtain fell on the madrigal of the White Magnolia to grand fanfare and acclaim. Sure, I guess. And with its conclusion, an announcement went out that the campus festival had reached its end. The crowd began to disperse and leave the campus, each person wearing a look of contentment. What a bona fide anime character indeed. Ah, brilliant, just brilliant. That was one fine play, if the director's allowed to say so. At first I thought people would make fun of us with the role switch like that. I'm so glad that they took it seriously. Agreed, the costumes worked out pretty well. I wouldn't want to have to wear mine again though. Corsets are like some form of torture. No kidding. Well, it was all for a good cause. And just wait till you see how many pictures the photography club took. The ones of you ought to be particularly popular. That's very creepy. Give it a rest. The ones of Estelle and Chloe won't exactly drive people away either. The guys always go nuts for the junior girls. We're really gonna rake in the mirror. I mean, all proceeds will go to a good cause. Ugh. Learn how to do your text right, video game. Jill. Huh? Estelle, what's wrong? Huh? What? Where? What are you talking about? Nothing important, really. You've been spacing out ever since the play finished. Are you okay? Well, that fight scene was pretty hard work. It's no surprise that you're tired. Do you feel sick? We can take you to the nurse's office. I'm fine, really. I deal with fatigue every day as a bracer. I'm just trying to get my head back in order is all. Ah, Estelle, you don't mean. No, nothing like that at all. I promise I'm perfectly all right. What is happening? I have no idea what the last, like, 10 text bubbles even meant. I trust we're not interrupting. Who let these small children back here? Do you guys have backstage passes? If not, then you're trespassing and we will have you arrested. Miss Chloe, Oscar was so cool. This is gonna be your second offense on getting arrested, Clem. Like, you're going to hard prison, dude. No juvie for you. I want to be that cool when I grow up. Thank you. You were really great too, Miss Estelle. Sir Julius. Hey now, Mary. Aw, Joshua was so cute. Yeah, I couldn't stop looking. Thank you. It was great fun for us all. A play about love and friendship, buffeted by the winds of a tumultuous era. It was so moving. Was it though? The fight scene was intense, and though one could only expect it to end in tragedy, it had such a heartwarming conclusion. I thought it was splendid. Well, with praise like that, I'd have to say it was worth the effort. Oh yeah, Hans? All right, almost forgot. Huh? What's up? It's nothing bad, don't worry. It'll be right back. I'll be right back, so just keep doing what you're doing. Okay.